I'd like to welcome everyone to the Planning and Zoning meeting tonight, June 6, 2019. Our first order of business will be our public hearing, and it's section 405.050, definitions and interpretations, ADM-97. Mr. Vick, if you'd like to bring us up to date.
We ask for the approval of section 405.050, definitions and interpretations, to include the definition of utility trailer. I also ask the ordinance of the City of Warrenton be made part of the record by reference, comprehensive plan of the City of Warrenton be made part of the record by reference, and the package shown is ADM-97 on the agenda to be made part of the record by reference.
I'm here to speak in favor of against this definition and interpretations tonight. Hearing none, we'll close our public hearing for this evening, and that'll be our final public hearing. Open up our regular planning and zoning meeting for June the 6th, and then we'll start with the minutes from our last meeting, May 2nd.
I'll make a motion that
Mrs. Blondin, second by Mr. Cooper, to approve the minutes as submitted. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Cullum?
Dana was absent.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Urban?
Yes.
Blondin? Yes.
Yes.
Costello is absent. Mr. Priest is absent. Mr. Holt is absent.
That's 6 to 0, and 3 absent. First order of business tonight for our regular meeting will be section 405.050, definitions and interpretation, ADM-97, that Mr. Fick just explained to us.
Okay, it's for the utility trailer, and I'll read the definition to you. So it means a vehicle other than a motor vehicle designed or intended for general hauling, whether or not such a vehicle is attached or resting on the ground, or something having a location on the ground, not to be used for living quarters.
Can I ask why this came up? Someone living in a trailer?
It was to avoid those being parked, because later on we will restrict those to 72 hours on the street. So right now it's just the definition for planning and zoning. Yes.
Okay.
Of what a utility trailer actually is.
That's correct, yes.
Meaning just any trailer that's for whatever purpose.
Yeah, whether you're putting four-wheelers on the back of it or hauling, trash, cardboard or something, if you have to unload it, they're just explaining that this is a utility trailer and not like a camper or RV or something like that. It's just utility trailers that you're just using to pull around, equipment or things like that.
Just for the allowing the park. I mean, this is not allowing the parking on the street, or just a short-term parking on the
Right
street.
now, for us, it's just the definition that we're at. We have to do the hearing to actually include it in the zoning. So we're just approving the definition that we agree that a utility trailer is this by definition.
But it has nothing to do with yes you can have one, no, you can't have one.
That's correct.
You're
Yes.
just putting it in there. Okay.
Yes.
I move to approve section 405.050, definitions and interpretation for utility trailer.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Cullum, second by Mr. Deach, to approve the section 405.050, definitions of interpretation, ADM-97 for this evening's meeting. Any other comments or questions? Roll call vote.
Mr. Deach?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Urban?
Yes.
Blondin?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes 7 to 0. Absent. Next order of business will be the subdivision approval request for CEF at 17399 and 17707, Highway M subdivision -72.
On 4/30/19, we had an application for subdivision approval, which was submitted for 105 acres to be divided into 4 lots. And those were located at 17399 and 17701 Highway M. So they provided the application, the proposed subdivision plat for CEF. North subdivision meets the subdivision requirements. it's going to be divided into, well, we have Mr. Bart Corman here to, explain this.
Yeah.
I've gone over it so many
Earn that
times.
paycheck.
For the record, Bart Corman, Lewis and Beatty Surveyors and Engineers.
Thank you, Mr. Corman.
Here to represent CEF tonight. As Mr. Fick has explained, it's a subdivision application. Basically, four lots. You can't sell property or divide property to sell without going through the subdivision process in the city of Warrenton, even if it's 80 or 90 acres. So what we're trying to do is divide up around the two homes that are on the property and then create two other vacant tracts. And so that's what we're doing. Pretty simple at this point in time. All have Highway M frontage, so there's no designs of any streets or anything like that. So pretty simple at this point.
Didn't a CF subdivision like this come through before?
We rezoned it. If you guys recall, about 5-6 months ago, we rezoned it to light industrial. This tract and R3 across the tracks. But this subdivision does not have to do with the piece across the track.
So lots 1 and 3, those will not have any, they won't be responsible for the stormwater and for the associated development fee. But lots 2 and 4, those are the ones that are going to have the homes on there with the 3-acre lots. And those ones, they will be responsible for the sidewalks. So either installing the sidewalks or depositing the money into the sidewalk fund. And I have those amounts on there. So for lot 2, it would be $7,101.61, and lot 4, it would be $4,460.39.
I ask a question about the side. I know where this piece of ground is. It's out off Highway M, 2-lane highway. We're going to have sidewalks from one lot to another, lot 2, lot 4, and then
Until it's developed, that's correct.
what if it's never developed into anything? These people have to put sidewalks in, right?
They're still required for, if it's development, that's the same thing that we required from, I think, from the Ruther subdivision on Highway
Sidewalk
47.
to nowhere, kind of, for now.
But there will be sidewalks, and then later on, when it's developed, the new developer, whoever purchases that acreage, they wouldn't be responsible for putting it on the 3-acre lots. So it's already developed, so they're required to put sidewalks there.
So lot 2 and lot 4 will have sidewalks across the front for now. And they have to do that, like,
Or is it just
time?
going into a fund?
It's either way. They can either put the sidewalks or they could put it into the sidewalk fund, and that's why I have the calculation there for you. So either way, so they could either do
That's
the
their
sidewalk.
choice, though.
Yes.
It'll be the applicant's choice. Right now, they're leaning towards the fund because of the concern that the rest of it may not be developed for quite some time.
But then if it's never developed, these are probably questions that, I just curious. If it's never developed, that money just sits there?
And
It could be spent to other places in the city.
that's
Right.
correct.
That is correct. So if you, and I'm probably answering the city's question more than
Yes.
anything, but as you see, the city is doing some sidewalks in different locations and improving some sidewalks. A lot of that funding is coming out of that sidewalk fund. So what city council and public works does determine where sidewalks are more needed than other places, and that's where they're doing some of this.
Trying to learn here.
There's a lot of sidewalks to nowhere. That was a long, kind of, we call that the Guy Shrek rule, because back then, Guy wanted for that wanted sidewalks, and there was a lot of places that didn't need sidewalks, but so they created this fund to make sure that there was money in there to put.
And along with that, they're also going to provide a 50-foot easement, which would, it's going to grant a utility and sidewalk, which will run along the front of that, so along Highway M. So it's going to start at the southwest corner, north of Highway M, and it will run along Highway M and then stop where M meets Franklin Road. And CEF has agreed that they will also provide an additional 50-foot right-of-way, which is going to be on their property from our pump station and will run up along until we actually get to the property. So that way, future development, so when they want to develop something on the 80-something acres or whatever, they're going to be able to install the water and sewer, things like that. So that is going to run. So it will go from Warrenton's pump station, located just east of the southwest corner of CEF property. It will end at the north side of Highway M, just south of the Norfolk Southern Railroad.
A stormwater. It says that these 2 and 4 will not have to deal with the stormwater.
The current owners will not do it, but the developers will be responsible for the engineering and for the permits whenever that is developed. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, okay. So the homes that are already developed, there's no stormwater. Those properties are already developed. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Just when new dirt is starting to be moved, and they'll be responsible for. Just when the new subdivisions start going in and so forth.
Yes, when something goes into
And they
lots
start
1 and
moving
3, then they will be responsible for
Sure.
taking out the permits and will be
Yeah.
responsible for the stormwater fees.
Any questions for Bart or Mr. Fick?
Second it.
A motion by Mr. Urban, second by Mrs. Blonden, to accept the request for CEF at 17399 and 1707 Highway M subdivision -72. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote?
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Urban?
Yes.
Mrs. Blondin?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor? Mr. Deech?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum?
Yes.
Close the regular meeting and turn it over to Mr. Fick tonight for, now next month, did we decide to move the meeting?
I believe we said July 11th, but I want to
11th.
make sure you guys still agree that July 11th will work for you.
People last time said it wouldn't hurt to send it out pretty quick here and just to remind everyone that we're moving that
You want me to send out a text?
Yes.
Reminding? Okay.
tomorrow. Yeah.
I can do
Don't
that.
mind. Because we have some stuff on the board for next month already, correct?
But yes, we'll have Mosier's re-subdivision, and then we will discuss the cluster mailbox, transitional living facility, and regulations for group home providers.
What was the first one?
The property.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's Vantage, and the Mosier's. Yes.
Doing with that?
Dividing those, separating those, so,
Oh, separating the property?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know he did all 3 of them at the time.
okay.
You got anything planned for the van?
Not that I haven't had any applications or anything at this moment. That's all I have.
Any motion to
So moved.
second by Mr. Cooper, Mr. Deach. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Have a good evening. Thanks for coming out.